Let's go to the NBA. The Bucks got their first win in San Antonio in 9 years this evening. Here's Jason Kidd on rookie guard Malcolm Brogdon and his big performance against the Spurs.
He's going to make some mistakes like anybody else, but he, for whatever reason, we're very comfortable with him on the floor. And again, getting the ball to guys and being able to run the offensive sets, and then being able to make shots. He made a big three, and then he got to the free throw line. So, understanding we've been in a lot of close games, and this is another close game that we found ourselves on the other side. Instead of losing, we got to stop, and we found a way to win on the road.
Great game for Malcolm Brogdon. When you look at his stats, Tim, 17.6 rebounds, 6 assists, making his 7th start. What type of impact do you feel like he can have this first year for the Bucks?
Well, here's a guy who went 4 years of college.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been through the wars. He's experienced. He's not a kid. He played on the big stage before. Nothing's too big for him. The fact that they move him into the starting lineup playing alongside of Tony Schnell, I think that shows a lot of what Jason Kidd thinks of him. Now, Giannis did try to go in this game, only played 9 minutes, but he also looks at Giannis sort of kind of as a point guard as well. Michael Beasley was awesome in this game. He had 28 points. He was really the difference maker. But now you bring Dellavedova off the bench, and Delly had 4 points and 5 assists. I think he's a perfect backup point guard. He's not a starting point guard. I think that's a major flaw with the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think they have Brogdon out there because he can guard a 1 as well as a 2. So can Schnell with those long arms. And then with Giannis, with that ability to play the point, you don't need to have a real true 1 out there. But I think the biggest thing Brogdon brings to the table is he's not 19. He's an adult. He played for Virginia. He played for a good coach. That's something I think people take for granted, is all these guys going one and done. So, can they learn a lot in 1 year? Sure, no doubt about it. Okay, before that 1 year, their previous coach was the English teacher or was the science teacher or was just some teacher at their high school. I'm not taking anything away from them, but they've never really been coached before. Then you go to AAU and guys are running up and down the court, and those guys don't know anything. No offense to my AAU coach, Gary Charles of the Long Island Panthers. But those guys aren't really breaking down X and O's, really diagramming plays. We just happen to have the best players on the team, and we went out there and won every game. So you're looking at AAU coach doesn't know much. The high school coach is the English teacher.
1 year in college.
6 months playing for NBA. Bye-bye, NBA. Playing for guys that have been around the game 30, 40, 50 years, depending on their coaching experience. So a guy like Jason Kidd is like, all right, here's a guy who got, Tony Bennett, as good as there are in college basketball. He comes in here prepared to maybe do all the little things. Maybe he's not an outstanding freak athlete, and he's not. But he's never going to absolutely just shoot himself in the foot, and that's what I think Jason Kidd likes about him.
Certainly a good decision maker. Brogdon had a triple-double early this season, so he is playing very well as a rookie and was a huge part of the Bucks' win on the road at San Antonio.
What was your high school coach? Was he a teacher?
Physical education teacher.
Yeah, so was mine.
Right? The PE teacher is the basketball coach. Coach Stanton, Coach Spivey. Shout out. Whitney Young Dolphins.